Hello, it's Cameron again, back at it with another art video. Today I'm starting my 4th sketchbook, which is super exciting. I don't have a script, so there's going to be a lot of and a lot of pauses and a lot of nonsense. I'm very sorry. But yes, I got a sketchbook from Michael's, I think. I don't really remember. And it already had something on the front, so I had to struggle my way through trying to take it off. I tried to take it off in the car for a while. 'Twas not happening. Luckily, the ballpoint pen worked really well for some reason, so that's good. It still left some stuff behind, but it wasn't really a big deal since I planned to cover it with stuff anyway. Here I'm just kind of like taking out all of my stickers. I did not use most of these packs, but I wanted to see what I was working with. Most of these are just dollar store stickers, so they wouldn't be good for the front of a sketchbook anyway. And then taking out like a game that my family and I played where you're meant to cut it up, so I asked if I could keep the pieces for stuff like this, which I've used a couple of times now. It's honestly worked out pretty well for me to keep that. And then these are like neon stars that I made at some other point. I don't use them for a while. I didn't really know what I was going to do yet. I didn't have a plan. I was just kind of taking out everything that I had and seeing what I was going to throw on there. So the stars kind of disappear for a while. They return eventually, don't worry. I'm obsessed with stars. They're going to be used at some point. And then this is me taking out most of my like actual stickers. I'm running out of stickers I really like, which is sad. I don't want to buy more because I don't need them, but I am running out of stickers that I really like. But that's okay. I still have a decent amount. Like, my next sketchbook will for sure be covered, and worst case, I'll just start painting on the cover of my sketchbooks. Oh no, doing more art, the horror. So it'll be fine. This is me kind of separating the stickers from stuff I would put on the sketchbook and stuff that I don't want to use, so that I can figure out what I can kind of square away, not have to think about, and then I can start working on the other things like the exit game, see if there's anything in here that I actually want to use. There were a couple of things, which is cool, finally starting to get, because there's a lot of pieces left, and despite me using some, there's so many. I got out my old GED practice book and another book I got at a thrift store. I was kind of looking through them to see if there's anything I wanted to cut out and put on the cover. I didn't end up using the GED book at all, but I did cut something out of this war book that I was gonna read it, didn't read it. So now instead I cut it up for the pictures inside. So I'm still kind of using it. Maybe that's like weird to other people to cut up books, but whatever. Yeah, cutting up pieces of the game. I liked this little caution tape piece. I thought that was fun. And then I'm ripping up the thing that I took out of that book so that the edges look cooler. I thought it would be fun to give it ripped edges on purpose instead of cutting it out so it would be like a perfect rectangle, you know? There's no like proper rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I just go, that sounds cool, and then I do it. And that's the entire thought process. I didn't like that setup of stickers, so then I rearranged everything. It's a little out of frame, my bad. I was so focused on what I was doing that I wasn't really paying attention to the frame, even though I have it like marked on my desk. But I was trying my best. I finally used a sticker that my cousin made me, which made me happy because I've had those for so long and I've never used them because I was like scared to put them on something that I wouldn't want them to be on. But now that I'm doing sketchbooks, I can finally use one of them. Like the bird in the cage is the one my cousin made me. I think it's really neat. Yeah, and then I started gluing everything down. I have dollar store glue, so sometimes it works, sometimes it hates me. For the plane, it worked, you know? I put some heavy stuff on top of it to make sure it would actually stick. I like really rubbed it down to try and make sure it would stick. And the plane is fine, you know, it's still on there, it's great. I tried to put this card on here. This was the worst thing to put on here. It was really fun to try and tear up the back because I was hoping it would help it stick. No! I put glue on it. I can't remember if I put glue on the sketchbook too, but I don't think I did. I tried to glue it down. I weighed it down. I thought that like one of the edges didn't glue down because it was still trying to come up. And I was like, oh, that's goofy. I'll just, you know, reapply the glue. No, it's the whole thing. It was not sticking. So I set it aside so I could warm up my hot glue gun and try that instead. Well, my hot glue gun is a lie. I stole it from the kitchen. Definitely not my hot glue gun. I don't think yeah, it's right next to me. I did not put it back. Hopefully nobody needs it. This is me waiting for it to heat up, which takes a long time. I started looking for other things to add to this sketchbook. So it's a little charm that I've had for a while that fell off of a bag I made. And then a little Spider-Man ornament, because I'm obsessed with Spider-Man. I was like, I'm going to attach him to the sketchbook, because I don't feel the need to keep a pencil in that little slot that was up there. So I grabbed a safety pin. When I did this the first time, the way I did it was really goofy. Like, I tied it on instead of using my brain and using the safety pin. Sorry for the dog barking. So eventually that fell off, and then I used my brain and used the safety pin correctly. The hot glue gun finally heated up, so that's great. I was actually able to glue the card on, and I think there's a chance it'll still fall off someday and I'll have to re-glue it. It doesn't feel the most stable, but for now it's functional, and that's all that really matters. And then adding a couple of the last stickers and the little It's a Boy charm, which I also had to hot glue. The caution tape, which it took me a while to figure out where exactly I wanted it, for sure. Like, I became indecisive at that point. I don't know if that alien sticker is still on the sketchbook. I don't remember. And it's my sketchbook. I could go look, but I'm lazy. As you can see, I started this in May, and I'm not posting it until probably the middle of June, because my sister edited it, which is great, and I'm very thankful, and she did a very good job. But some of the clips ended up out of order, and CapCut doesn't let you select multiple clips at once, at least on mobile. I wanted to scream. I spent like probably at least an hour, maybe 2 or 3, rearranging things because I'm nitpicky and a control freak. Yeah, so it's been a while. I also was feeling really lazy about recording a voiceover. It sounded like a lot of work. And it kind of is, because CapCut's been glitching in terms of voiceovers too, so I'm doing it in a separate app while I watch the recording back. Anyway, finally started on the beginning of the sketchbook. You saw me use the stars, so that finally happened. And then I used a Psyche sticker that I got from my cousin that I like a lot, that I never had the opportunity to use. And then this is me trying to figure out what to draw on the first page. I had been doing arm and leg studies, if you couldn't tell by the amount of arms and legs that I had to swipe away. I decided to draw this hyena that I saved not too long ago because I liked the expression on the hyena's face. It was like very expressive for a real life animal. I should draw more hyenas. I thought that it was fun. I don't think that the sketches that I did in the beginning of this book are the best things I've ever made, but I wasn't really trying to go for anything great. I just wanted to fill up the space. I usually don't try to do like intro pages or anything because I'm worried it'll stress me out. Oftentimes for the first page, I'll just do like figure sketches or something really simple, because I'm not trying to make myself feel like it needs to be great. I'm just, sketching. I ripped a hole in the sketchbook immediately with that star, so this like dollar store pen that I'm using is sharp. And then I took a watercolor drawing I'd done of my desk a different day and glued it in. My sister calls me a witch for this because she couldn't figure out at first how I attached it, and I told her it was glue. She refuses to believe me, and anytime it's brought up, she calls me a witch over and over, and I just give up because I don't know what to say. I weighed everything down to hopefully make sure that it would stick, because again, I'm using dollar store glue, because I'm cheap. And then I drew something on top of the folded part of the page. I used lyrics from Possibly in Michigan because I love Possibly in Michigan. Does it scare the shit out of me every time I watch it? For sure. But that's fine. It's really good. The music is really good. So I'll watch it anyway. Yeah, I think that I like the hyena more than the rabbit because the rabbit was just like out of my brain. I wasn't looking at a reference. And like the teeth got super messed up because I wasn't looking at a reference, but I don't hate it. The way I wrote the words is a little strange, especially for I bite at the hand that feeds me. It's not super easy to read, but I don't really care that much. I don't think it's that deep. And then I used some paint markers to kind of help the rabbit stand out a bit better. And then I had done it. I'd done the first page of the sketchbook. This is me making sure everything's flattened properly and not gonna die, and numbering the pages and all that. And then I finally get to write on the binding which sketchbook this is. It takes a couple of passes because this sketchbook is super absorbent of paint. I think that, like, I would have gessoed it if I had been painting the cover, but I think that I would have really struggled. Because this took like 3 or 4 coats, and I don't even think it's fully opaque still. Like, I probably could have done more. I just didn't feel like it at that point. This is me finally realizing that Spider-Man could go on the smart way, and he's stayed on ever since. Yeah, that's the end of the video, so thank you for watching. It was a pretty short one. Hopefully that's okay. It ended up a lot shorter than I thought it would, considering how long it took, but that's okay. Yes, thank you for watching. Feel free to go check out some of my other content, because I do make other art-related videos. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, bye-bye!